Bucks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready? Blue ready. Tight end right. Let's go.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
You got three down.
Throwing on second down. Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Winston. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Play action now. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Daniels in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that will be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Here we go.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
47. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Mike, 47.
The shotgun snap for Newton. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Set 180. Let's go one more. Watch twist. Watch twist. Gun. Under 10. 10. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check safety. Switch it. Come on, switch it. He's checking.
Now a man whose father won 2 rings as a Bronco. It's Christian McCaffrey. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Ready. Check back 47. So we got man. Jim. 30, 20. Hey, switch gears.
They'll try and pick it up from McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
20. Move. 3 down. 47 to Mike.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Mike, 47. Watch the run. Check 50.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Not too many more ideal situations than 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Adam Gotsis, the Aussie, with a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Watch the run.
Out of the gun, Newton. And that is incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
2nd and 7 at the 9-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, here we go.
Now Winston. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Switch. Hey, check 24.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Ready? 125. 54. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Hey, one set. Check it go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston, he's going to fire one deep over the middle. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Robert Kimdichie, what an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal.
3 down. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
From the gun, Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's when we're kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
20. Shit. Gun.
Now Newton on first down. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down.
Folks in the fit. 180. Yeah, let's go set lunch. Hey. Gun. 8. Shit. Check 26. Jumping.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
No. Hey. 47 Mike. Great. Mike 47. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Great. Kill.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Being chased out left. And this will be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. And his pass, incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
53. 53. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. 53 to Mike.
They fake the give. Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And an alley to run. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll try to throw now. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. And Winston lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Gano for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. They go play action. Winston. A deep ball for Dotson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check it backer, check it backer.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
It's going to be a long day. Check.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
They're running it. Gun. 56 for Mike, boy. 56. 56. Mike, 56. Right there.
Newton to throw. And he's got his target. That's more. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Ready? Right to the 3. We ain't giving up nothing today. Deuce. Check 3.
Cam's going to run the option right. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper it at 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Let's go. Ready? Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got it. Check 3.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Could be four-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third.
20.
Cam's going to run the option right. He may try and run for this. He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Watch the edge. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, 8. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
On the jet sweep, here comes more. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Here's Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Check. Gun. 8.
Newton. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. In for the score. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25.
Ready. Blue ready. Strong right.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. Dontari Poe in on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jameis to throw it. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Panthers. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
47's the mic, boys. 47. Check, 47. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. He's crazy.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
That's it. Big hit.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. 4 yards on the
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Bang, 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 bang. Slam, slam, slam.
Cam's going to run the option right. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Hey, watch the slant.
20. Great.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
11 yards and a Panther first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Check 8.
20.
47's the mic. We own them. We own them. Mike's 47.
Now Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Gun.
To throw is Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it's 3rd and short.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Great, great, great.
Check, check. Lucky.
20.
Check 31.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. He'll return it from the 6. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Four receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. Here's Winston. It's hauled in by Dodson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. K1 Short has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end.
3rd and long for Winston. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic. Come on, D. Check your hot read. Rotate. Spell.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And they are going to get this one back, it looks like. So nearly like-for-like fumbles, but they hang on to this thing and keep it a turnover.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Now he'll escape to his left. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Now it's Lindsey. The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Broncos on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
59.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 4th down, Winston. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Winston sneaking it. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Tighten up.
Now Winston on 4th down. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Josh Doxson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Here's Winston. Escaping the pressure right and finding the tight end Hooper. But he will not get into the end zone, and that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line.
Ready. Ready. 80. Mike 27.
Stop your whining.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Rabbit. Check. Put it to him, check. Put it to him. Check.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready. Ready.
Check Mike 47. Come on, boy. You got it.
Ready.
They go quickly here out to Moore. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check 52.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Hey. You got 3.
Now Winston. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end. That'll bring up second down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Winston. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Winston to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They come out here in the eye.
59. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
They'll run with Lindsey. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. One more time with Lindsey. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big 4th quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? And in the 4th quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
They set the goal beginning of the year, hey, let's win 7 games. Unfortunately, with this loss, they can't do it.
So now to be interesting to see how they respond as a team, because sometimes when you set goals, if you don't achieve them, you don't care anymore. You let everything else go. I want to see if they're going to continue to fight, scratch, claw, do whatever to try and get as many wins as possible, even if it doesn't reach their stated number.
So that'll do it for us.